A reading from the Gospel according to John, chapter 13, verses 31 to 33a and verses 34 to 35. When Judas had left them, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and God will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little while longer. I give you a new commandment: love one another. As I have loved you, so you also should love one another. This is how all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another."
Today's Gospel takes us to the upper room to have us listen to some of the words that Jesus addressed to the disciples in the farewell discourse before his passion. After washing the feet of the 12 apostles, he says to them, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, even as I have loved you, that you also love one another." But in what sense does Jesus call this commandment new? Because we know that already in the Old Testament, God had ordered members of his people to love their neighbor as themselves. To those who asked him which was the greatest commandment of the law, Jesus himself would reply that the first was to love God with all your heart, and the second, to love your neighbor as yourself. What then is the novelty of this commandment that Jesus entrusts to his disciples? Why does he call it a new commandment? The old commandment of love became new because it was made complete with this addition: "As I have loved you, love one another as I have loved you." The novelty lies wholly in Jesus Christ's love, with which he gave his life for us. It is God's universal love, without any conditions or limits, which reaches its culmination on the cross. In that moment of extreme abasement, and in that moment of abandonment to the Father, the Son of God showed and gave to the world the fullness of love. Thinking back to Christ's passion and agony, the disciples understood the meaning of his words: "As I have loved you, so you too must love one another."